What does it mean to be authentic? This is something that I've been thinking about a lot lately. So, what I did was I Googled it, because that's what we do in this society, is when we don't know something, we look it up, right? So I looked it up, and Google, Merriam-Webster actually, told me that the definition of authentic is worthy of acceptance or belief as conforming to or based on fact. So, to be authentic is to be worthy of acceptance. And acceptance is something that I, as well as honestly probably everyone, struggles with, right? All we want is to be accepted. All we want is to be worthy. So, how do we do that? How do we be accepted? How do we learn to accept ourselves? So, I've wrestled with this lately, and the conclusion that I've come to is to be authentic. But what is that? Like, how do you become authentic? What does that mean for you? So what it means is to embrace, or at least show, a part of yourself that maybe you haven't accepted. Maybe you have tried to hide. Because the other part of the definition was conforming to or based on fact or truth or whatever it was. And so, when we're being inauthentic, we're suppressing a part of ourselves that makes us who we are, that is true for us. So for me, the part that I've tried to hide, that I've had trouble learning to accept, is that I stutter. Now, I know you're probably saying, like, no, she doesn't. She's been talking to me this whole time and she hasn't stuttered. Well, that's part of me being inauthentic. It's funny, I'm talking about authenticity and I'm being inauthentic. It's kind of hypocritical, huh? Well, that's my struggle with inauthenticity, is that I've spent my whole life trying to hide a very integral part of who I am, that I stutter, that I'm a person who stutters. And over the last couple of years, I've spent a lot of time and effort and energy and thought into learning to accept that part of myself so that I can be authentic. And I'm still struggling with it, obviously, because I haven't studied very much. But the problem with authenticity is that we have two components of how we view acceptance. There's the intrinsic acceptance, accepting ourselves for who we are. That's internal validation. And then there's the extrinsic acceptance, and that's what everyone else thinks about us. And that's all we care about, right? That's all we focus on. That's my obsession, is what people think of me. Trying to be accepted by everyone. But that's not what leads to authenticity. Because to be accepted by everyone, we can't be ourselves, because no one's perfect. And there's always going to be something that someone doesn't like about you. But if you try to hide that, if you try to hide who you are to please other people, then you're not being authentic. And throughout my life, I don't know that I've ever really felt authentic. I'm getting there. I've come closer lately. But because I don't let myself stutter, because I hide it, because I do everything I can to control it and to mask it, then I'm depriving myself of true authenticity. So what is it for you? What is it about you that makes you, you? Showing that is your key to authenticity. And that is the key to accepting yourself intrinsically, which is what matters. That is true authenticity. When it comes down to it, that's all that actually matters. So be yourself. Embrace the thing about yourself that maybe you don't like, but learn to accept it and be who you are, because that's so much better than being someone else, pretending to be someone else, because you're not going to do very well at that. Trust me, I've tried. No matter how much effort you put in, no matter how hard you try, you will never be very good at pretending to be someone you're not. And you'll be great at being yourself, because that's the most natural thing we can do. And that's our key to being truly authentic and learning to be accepted, being worthy of being accepted, because you are worthy of being accepted for who you are, your true authentic self. So embrace it. So if you want to share a video or a comment about what it is that you struggle with, what it is that prevents you from being authentic, please do. I'd love to see it. So I hope you enjoyed this video.